What's going on, everybody? D Style here. Um, a couple of things. Um, First of all, before I go like in on Floyd, let me just say, I already understand this is not going to be very favorable to a lot of let me fix them. Hold on, let me make sure my mic's ready to go, bro. I don't need this shit unplugging on me this whole time. There we go. It was loose. But anyway, I know it's not going to be very favorable. There's a lot of diehard Floyd fans who are not going to like this. It is what it is. I'm not here to make friends. Let me just say that this has nothing to do with Floyd as a fighter. But just because you like Floyd as a fighter and you think he's the greatest ever doesn't mean that everything he says is gospel. It doesn't mean you can have objective thinking, right? You see, Floyd tends to lie a lot when he believes he's in front of an audience that doesn't know what they're talking about. Or doesn't understand the sport that well. It's just the truth. He also reveals a lot about himself, um, almost always. Like it's crazy. He always has like things that are bothering him, and he finds the most random ways to bring them up, and it's fascinating. Like it just is, right? So there's two clips. Now this is from what's the name of this thing here? Hold on. The Pivot. All right, I'll play it a little bit. It's called the Pivot Podcast. Look it up, giving them the credit and all that good stuff. I'm just gonna play the clips and give commentary about it, right? Let's put that out there. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to do some appeals because every time I talk about Floyd and play a clip of him talking, I get flagged. And they try to take my videos down. This shit's crazy, bro. But I will appeal it because I'm not breaking any rules here. I'm not even going to show the clip or nothing because you do that on YouTube, they come at you. So I'm not even going to do that. But I'm just going to play the audio and then I'm going to give you my thoughts. Floyd Mayweather Jr. in two clips. He's just stupid. Right? I don't even know which one to play first. Okay. Let's go with the belts thing first. It is like, here's the thing. There's a lot to unpack. So let me play it, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it, okay? Let me just play it, I'll give you my thoughts. And make sure you show me you're there, by the way. Hit the like button. Mars, how's it going? Daniel Agnew, how are you doing? Hit the like button, guys. If you're listening on X, wherever it is, give me that shout out and all that good stuff. If you're on X, you can come on YouTube, D-Style Boxing, join the chat and give me your thoughts. How it's just archived. You know what I mean? Or at least respond to the tweet or quote tweet or something. Give me your thoughts, whatever it is. Let's just talk about this. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Before I play the clip, I will play the clip. Before I play it, again, just to give him credit, again, the Pivot. That's the name of the podcast, the Pivot. What's up, JC? How's it going, brother? Hit the like button, man. Here's the thing. HLD, Cuval. So Floyd Mayweather, I still remember Kermel Moden, I believe is the name of his prospect. After the Canelo fight with Jermell, he got to fight, afterwards. And he was in the press conference, and he's like, Floyd's feeling himself a little bit. You know what I mean? So there's a guy that asked, he dared say to his prospect, you're working one of the greatest of all time. So how was that? And Floyd just comes in, cuts the dude off, right? And then it was like the most scripted shit I ever seen in my life, bro. Oh, what's that? One of the best? What do you mean? Huh? Who made the most money? Who beat the most world champions? Who never had any losses? Who did in less fights? And the guy's like, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather. So you're trying to say he does this shit. I don't know they're supposed to like put energy out in the universe of this matrix we live in, right? They're supposed to put something out there that somehow it makes it real. And they say, yeah, Floyd Mayweather is the best of all time. Thank you. Like what? How sad is that? Either it was legit And this journalist got bullied into calling Floyd the greatest of all time after he said he was one of the best. Which it's all opinion, but I mean, how sad is that? Or it was all scripted, which is even more sad. I mean, this is, he took away, like Marcy, he took away the mic from his prospect to put himself over, as they say in professional wrestling. This dude's retired, bro. He's having exhibitions with so-called mafia dudes, I guess, and Logan Paul and influencers and third grade MMA fighters. That's in Japan, undersized ones. That's what he's doing. But I'm over here, like, I'm expected to take this serious. Like, what? Are you shitting me, bro? And that journalist, whoever that was, bro, all that for what? For access? So you could get an interview with Floyd? So Leonard Allerby could call you a real one on Twitter or X or something for that? Is that really worth it? You can get some retweets? What is that about exactly? So I just want to make sure people understand this. I got to make sure Floyd has cited multiple times before I play what I play. I am greater than all these guys. I never lost. I went 50-0, and I beat the most world champions. I think it's 23 or some shit like that. I beat more world champions than anybody in history. Anybody. Granted, not reigning champions, not guys who actively had a belt, just someone who either had a belt at the time, previously had a belt, or eventually grabbed the belt. That is the so-called record that Floyd Mayweather gave himself, right? And dudes like Fight Hype, like Ben Thompson, grunting and going, yeah, when Floyd would say it, right? That's a Floyd interview. Hey, Floyd, these are the hard-hitting questions. I mean, how does it feel to be the greatest of all time? I mean, tell people why you're the greatest, Floyd. Why I beat the most world champions, right? You tell them. Yeah. Like, let me tell you something. Anyone who's grunting, all right, and playing a hype man in the middle of an interview is not an interviewer and is not a journalist that I could take serious. I am sorry. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Yeah. Like, what are we doing? What, for access? And that's what we're coming. That's what it's coming down to nowadays. Dudes have to kiss ass and pucker up to get access. This is unbelievable, bro. Nobody's saying you got to be rude to the people that give you access. That's not what I'm saying. Even if you're favorable, asking favorable questions, but once you're grunting and hyping them up, and you know what I mean, like you're becoming a hype man in the middle of the interview. Yeah, you tell them. And what do you got to say to the haters, Floyd? And yeah, you're the greatest, Floyd. And yeah, Floyd. Yeah, you're the best, Floyd. Because whether it's intimidation, you don't want to get bullied by Floyd and put like, because that's what he does. He puts people on the spot and like, well, oh, look at this guy. He thinks he knows boxing, but he probably never boxed in his life. And if he did, he never boxed at this level. That's what he does, right? But let me tell you something about facts. Facts are stubborn things. It doesn't matter what your cited credentials are. Facts are just facts. Truth is just truth. Okay? So let's go over it by here. All right? Let's play this. Let's play this shit. So Floyd is on the pivot. I'm about to play it for you, okay? Dude's on the pivot. And let me raise the volume a little bit. Hold on. Just a little bit. All right? Why is this shit not responding to me, bro? It's just annoying. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. This is one of the most annoying things. Huh. Okay, I know what I'm doing wrong. Give me a second. Why is this shit? Hold on. I'm just going to have to raise it.
Just air.
Everybody is your champion. Yeah, 18 belts. Everybody is your champion. Okay. This is Floyd's rant about champions in boxing today. Okay. Everybody is your champion. Got 18 belts. And everybody's a fucking champion now. Now you lose, you fight for a title in your next fight. It's nothing to be a champion in this era. It's nothing there we go. To be a champion. All right. In this era. So if anybody wants to see the visual of that, I actually saw it on Punch's Twitter. Okay. I think at Mr. Moonshine or something. Whatever. He has his own take about it. But if you want to see the visual, that's where I saw it. I don't know where you find the pivot, but that's where I saw it. But here's the thing. Okay. Let's look up, just for the fuck of it, and you'll see where I'm going with this. De La Hoya versus Hopkins. I think that happened in 2004, I believe. All right. Well, let's just go with De La Hoya's box strike. Okay. Just for fun. We're gonna go somewhere with this. So De La Hoya fought Hopkins 2004, September 2004. All right. Hopkins won by 9th round TKO, body shot, or KO, body shot is counted out. That's the fight that made the WBO. That's what started the 4-belt era, basically. The WBO existed before, but it wasn't recognized as one of the major bodies. It was kind of like what the IBO is today, to a certain degree. When Ray Mercer and Tommy Morrison at the WBO, they were acknowledged, but they weren't considered actual world champions, right? Whoever held the WBO, it was not like legitimized by the other 3 sanctioning bodies. To be undisputed before that, you need the WBA, WBC, and IBF. This fight made it to where the WBO was included with that. Okay, I just want to make sure everyone understands this. And yes, I'm going somewhere with it. Okay, that was 2004. So D-Style, while we're talking about 2004, what's going on? D-Style, right? Floyd was in the Olympics in Atlanta, 1996. Floyd Mayweather, okay, turned pro late 1996. Okay. By 97, Floyd was doing his thing. Okay. He was fighting Jesus Chavez, you name it. All right. He got in the ring. All right. With when did he fight Hernando Hernandez? That was his first belt. So let me see if I can find it. But while I find that, okay, there it is. Late 1998. For 6 years, Floyd fought in the 3-belt era. For 6 years. 3-belt era. From 2004 up until he retired, he had his last official professional fight against Conor McGregor. Let's not count that. It's embarrassing. Okay, let's say his last fight was in Andre Berto in 2015. So for 11 years, he fought in the 4-belt era. 11 years in the 4-belt era. 6 in the 3, 11 in the 4. D-Style, where are you going with this? What do you mean? Because Floyd is bitching about this. Okay? Everybody is your champion. You got 18 belts. And everybody's a fucking champion now. Now you lose, you fight for a title in your next fight. It's nothing to be a champion in this era. It's not. So if the argument is there's too many belts, no, I agree. It's only gotten worse since 1998. and even worse since 2004. I agree with that. I'm not disputing the fact that the belts have been even more watered down, but the reality is Floyd was around still during the 3-belt, 4-belt era. He benefited from that, right? Floyd Mayweather is a 5-division world champion, okay? For what it's worth. 5 divisions. Floyd Mayweather won the belt. Floyd Mayweather's complaining that there's too many champions, right? And let's say there's more interim champions now, because I believe there is and there was before, right? I think it's becoming a bigger problem. I'm not disputing that. We got the Reggie belt now. We got a bunch of interim champions. Adamas is an active interim champion, and but the actual champion is Jamal because they won't strip him. Like it's a fucking mess. It is worse than ever. I will concede that. However, when Floyd Mayweather was comparing himself and explaining why he is better than Ray Robinson, and why he's better than Muhammad Ali, and why he's better than a lot of the guys that fought in eras with just 2 belts and some with just 1 belt. That didn't matter to Floyd. When Floyd was saying, "Oh, I'm the greatest because look, I beat the most world champions," but Floyd, you fought an era with when the champions were extremely watered down. The fact that you count Berto, a guy who once had a belt, in your fight in 2015 is laughable. Like you know what I mean? Does anyone off the top of their head remember who Andre Berto beat for the WBC championship? Can anybody name me that guy? Anybody? He won a vacant belt against Miguel Angel Rodriguez, bro. All right. I just remember that dude had like that Elvis haircut or whatever, right? His hair was just popping all over the place. Like, I mean, title holder for sure. I guess we have to call him a champion. But these are the type of guys Floyd was just adding to his resume. Like, oh, yeah, I beat the most world champions in anybody in history. Oh, you see. And Ben Thompson grunting. Yeah, you beat the most world champion. This is what we're doing here. You benefited from this, constant watering down of the belt. You were in the midst of it. You were in the middle of it. You were in the 3-belt era, and while you were in the 3-belt era, it became the 4-belt era while you were around. And you benefited from it, Floyd. So what exactly are we doing here? Can somebody explain this to me? What are we doing? Anybody? The reality is, if you want to, you can't complain about something that you benefited from, that you bragged about. We've been complaining that the belts are getting watered down, and we're actively seeing the problem get worse. Right? We're actively seeing it before our very eyes. That the A belt doesn't mean as much as it used to mean because they're extremely watered down now, right? Now, I will say the belts still mean something. Like for a professional, it's easy for Floyd to say because he's I believe Floyd's a guy that transcends. Like there's certain guys, when you become like a legend, like an all-time great to a certain degree, you become like better than the belts. Like you're bigger than the belts. I get that. But there's guys that are still trying to become world champions, title holders, and there's still thousands of boxers per division. It still matters. However, right? They are, compared to what it used to be, they're definitely watered down. Okay? 100%. Like that goes without question. That's not debatable. But now, when Floyd is seeing these guys beat multiple world champions themselves, there's so many of them, and I think he knows like his dumb record's going to be broken. So I think he's preemptively trying to discredit anyone who can potentially break his, and they will, his so-called record. That's because it's everything's just watered down, bro. I'm sorry. Now these guys don't know better in this show. They don't know any better. They don't know all this. You know, he's going to be like, well, didn't you fight at Fort Belterra, Floyd? Like, was there a bunch of belts when you were fighting? What type of belts did the guys, champions you be like have? Like, well, what's going on? Right? That's just the reality. What's up to Eric Gomez, Team Batman Boxing? Chicano Prophet, how's it going? Kamik Ozzy, how's it going, bro? The whole thing, everything surrounding Floyd is all a sham, bro. Like not his talent. I'm not talking about his talent. Okay? Like I'm not. I'm talking about the so-called record. Like, oh, he broke Rocky Marciano's record. What? When this was actively happening, I didn't understand it. Plenty of guys surpassed 50-0, and there was no mention of Marciano because it wasn't at heavyweight. I just don't understand. This was a heavyweight record. But somehow it became a Floyd record. So when people get upset because he broke Marciano's record with Conor McGregor, I don't. What? Like what is that? Like, no. Guys surpassed 50-0 before. Like, what? There was not a mention of it. Like, I just don't, like, what do you mean? It's like, what do you mean? It's a sham. Oh, he beat the most world champions. Sham. I'm sorry. Is it true? Well, technically, yes. But it's Floyd himself that said there's too many damn champions. Now, here's the worst part. He's complaining that there's too many world champions. It means nothing to be a world champion. And he brings up the specific example. You could lose a fight and you could fight for a world title in your very next fight. That's what your fighter, Rolly Romero, did. He got knocked out by Tank. And in his very next fight, he got a title shot. Make this make sense. You're promoting the dude. I mean, bonus points for telling the truth, but I don't have a problem with the message. But the messengers, they didn't seem to give a fuck. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just putting that out there. I mean, Floyd fought Zab Judah coming off a loss for a vacant belt. I mean, what? It's not a year above it, Floyd. What are we doing? Like, what? Are you kidding me right now? Yeah, Floyd beat 22. How many world champions did Muhammad Ali beat? How the fuck is Muhammad Ali supposed to beat 23 world champions? How? Somebody explain it to me. Break it down. How is that supposed to happen? There wasn't that many belts, and second, he was a heavyweight. Okay? He couldn't fight in multiple divisions. Like, that's not even an argument. It's a stupid argument to make to begin with. And before somebody says, well, you know, that's, I didn't say that. Like, people have said that, okay? I never heard that. The gaslighting, always. You took advantage. You fought in an era that was watered down with watered down champions, Floyd. Okay? You surely didn't fight an era with only 8 champions, okay? So there was a time where there was 1 champion in 8 weight classes, okay? Like, I'm just saying. How are those guys? How is Henry Armstrong supposed to find 23 world champions in that case, especially when he's a reigning champion. How was he supposed to do that? How was Sugar Ray Robinson supposed to find 23 world champions to beat? How is that? It's not even possible. You created a fake record, right? He beat the most world champions than anybody in history, right? Knowing full well you were in an era with a watered down championship system. And even though it's getting more watered down now, right? Because we have more interim champions, but does anybody really consider interim champions like champions? I think for the most part, people are getting a little more educated about what an actual champion is. But unfortunately, we saw people pretending that Tank is the real WBA champion when he's not. Devin Haney is the undisputed champion, or became the undisputed champion for a reason. Tank was a Reggie Belt title holder. Okay, he just recently became the actual WBA champion. Just recently, they elevated him, but yeah, people arguing otherwise. So I get it's not really that complicated, to be honest, but it is complicated in terms of people making it complicated. Okay. I just don't understand why Floyd would argue against himself here. He's incriminating his own talking points here. Because you fought in a watered down era. The best you got is that's more watered down now. That's the best argument you got, Floyd. But you fought an era that was more watered down than the era before you. In fact, you were right in the middle of it. Right when it was 3-belt era, 4-belt era. You were right in the middle of it, Floyd. Throughout the whole process, the whole enchilada, you were there. Throughout the whole thing. I'm just saying, hit my like button, by the way, if you guys don't mind. You know what I mean? Let me see how many likes I got. All right. Hit the like button. Share the video if you can. All right. Thanks for the likes, guys. Some of you haven't hit it yet. It's okay. No problem. Maybe some Floyd fans, if you hit the like button, nobody has to know you hit it. Like, it is what it is, This is unbelievable. Like, I just want to remind people the record that Floyd Mayweather was touting for years, that he beat the most world champions in the history of boxing, right? The audacity of this dude to be ragging on today's fighters, right? Because the bouts are so watered down, being a champion means nothing. A sport that gave this guy everything. And I don't understand how, like, what are you actively doing, Floyd, to help this problem? Are you having your fighters fighting unification so we have less champions? Are you speaking out against Tank being the actual real, like, not being a real champion? Are you? I mean, why are you promoting fights where your fighter is? Although we really know he's not really promoting these fights, but whatever, right? On paper, he is. And why are you promoting fights that are like a fighter's doing the things you're complaining about? The reality is Canelo's going to shatter his record really soon, and he knows it. A lot of these guys are going to shatter his record, his so-called record, because the record is weak, right? The record is beat the most world champions, but it's not active champions, bro. Like, it's anyone who is holding a belt, once held a belt, or eventually held a belt. What are we doing? Like, this is insane, bro. That's a watered down system that Floyd benefited from, as Appletype said in the chat. And now, to tout how he's accomplished more, I beat the most world champions in less fights, and I went through more divisions and less fights than these guys, and I did this, and like, when he was able to navigate, he had more options to navigate because it was so watered down compared to previous eras. All right. When Henry Armstrong did it, there was only one champion, guys. That's it. So he was a featherweight champion. He wanted to become lightweight champion. Guess what? He had to fight the lightweight champion. You want to become welterweight champion? You got to fight the welterweight champion. There wasn't like some Andre Berto hanging out, like, you know what I mean, to beat. Like, there just wasn't. And with the way belts get vacated, guys win vacated belts, guys lose, and then another guy gets a vacant belt, or they beat each other, and they all become world champion, right? Because I agree, it's watered down. So just imagine how many guys like that Floyd was able to beat, right? And then to tout it as a record and to have fight hype grunts and like this, it's embarrassing, bro. Like, yeah, like whatever that means. It's stupid, all right? So anyway, that's that. Give me your thoughts, by the way. Let me know what you guys think. And what's in the building? Ghost in the building. Alonso's so amazing. It's amazing. Man. Fucking, this is amazing, bro. All right, Puerto Rican rum in the building. How's it going, brother? Hit that like button if you haven't already, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. I really, really do. Am I at 30 likes now? Have I hit the 30? Let me check right now. All right. I am at 25. Come on, guys. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm over here on my day off. I'm giving you my time. I'm cooking. You know what I mean? I got shit in the oven. I got shit in the stove. All right. I'm over here cooking and shit. Like, I can just get 1 second. Just one like. Just one like. I mean, Jesus Christ. I know some of you are just lurking, but your friend, the friends you talk shit about me with, don't need to know you like the video. Just hit it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway. I agree, HL. It should be active champions. But even if you counted active champions, here's the thing. Even if you did that, it's still a watered down system. Like, you got so many champions to pick from. And that's okay, but stop bragging and using it as some type of, well, I'd be more world champions in less amount of time than these guys and those guys. And I didn't like this shit. It's all stupid, bro. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. I will not apologize for that. I will not. Dude's got mad. I'm gonna like your video. I'm gonna leave. Well, it's whatever to me. You know what I mean? It's whatever. Right? Les pegó los nervios. Okay. When the nervios hit and they're like, oh, I hate this guy. Oh, I'm gonna call my friend and talk to him about it. Like, it is what it is. Okay. But while you're at it, hit the like button. But here's the thing. Let me this other one is crazy. I'm sorry. But
when he got upset a few times, he said, "Oh, Floyd, you using my name, using my name." He got famous because he said this could be the guy that could possibly dethrone the king. Did it happen? Absolutely not. Was he easy? Absolutely. Pacquiao spoke about that. He shouldn't have. Oh, because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not gonna say he's right, and I'm not gonna say he's wrong. I didn't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. Who did? I mean, you know, I don't like to throw certain individuals under the bus because we don't do that. He said my name.
Okay. Shout out to Danny. You've seen him on the roundtable a couple times. He posted this on Instagram. That's where I saw it. It's the same podcast, The Pivot. Welcome back, by the way, the ones that got mad, but they couldn't help themselves and they came back. Shout out. But it's just crazy, bro. I got the same, like, I know the dude's just liking it, by the way. It's just crazy, but it's okay. It's all right. You have every right to do it anyway. So you have a right. It's a free country. You know, exercise your right to hit the like button. You know what I mean? But check it out. Are you shitting me right now? First of all, let's go piece by piece. This whole Manny Pacquiao became famous because people were saying that's the guy that may beat Floyd Mayweather. Does anybody really believe that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't. Manny Pacquiao was already a phenom and well-known in boxing circles when he beat Marco Antonio Barrera and he had those trilogies with Morales. And this was when he was several weight class below Mayweather. Right? He was fighting at like 130 at the time. And Pacquiao came from the lower weight classes. Just keep that in mind. And he was already well known. He was getting phenomenal ratings on HBO. He was doing like 300,000 pay-per-views or so per a pop. Similar numbers to what Floyd was doing before the De La Hoya fight. Okay. They both got a boost from De La Hoya. Both of them did. Both of them were selling over 1 million after the De La Hoya thing. I just think, I'm going to be honest. I think Floyd feels some type of way that Manny Pacquiao's beloved. Like I think that's what it is. It bothers him. Okay. I don't know why, it just does. Okay. Like he just feels some type of way about. He's still bitter about the fact that he had to pay in court. Okay. He had to pay in court because he was insinuating very strongly and sometimes just flat out saying it. Especially like his uncle, like rest in peace, but he was saying that, those Filipinos, they take the power pallets. And when you insinuate and it's not that clever, you might as well just be saying it. I'll just say that, okay? But they were accusing Manny Pacquiao of being on PEDs, right? And he got sued. And he lost those cases. And I think it bothers him. Because in his clip, he's talking about, I don't know if you guys remember when Manny Pacquiao was over in Japan. He was like, hey, I'm going to be back and I'm going to be fighting. And he looked over and the guy's like, and the announcer said, Floyd Mayweather. He's like, okay, I wasn't sure you wanted me to say that, but yes. Right now, Pacquiao didn't say anything. The announcer did. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Pacquiao looked at the dude and the dude said the name. But, in the middle of a podcast, none of these dudes watch that shit or know that. Okay? Like, they're not going to check that real time and shit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. Now, look, this is not a debate of whether or not Pacquiao was on anything or if Floyd was on anything. I'm just talking about hypocrisy and what's bothering him. He's mad that Manny Pacquiao won those lawsuits. Okay? I think it was like 200,000. I forget what it was, but he lost those lawsuits. He didn't even bother to show up, and he had to pay up. It is what it is. So now he wants to prove, like, because he brought it up. So random. Like, nobody asked him about that. Nobody asked them to mention something from so long ago. Like, they were talking about, my name. Don't mention my name. Floyd, you were accusing him of taking PEDs. He wasn't suing you because you said his name. That's stupid. Okay? You can't sue somebody for saying your name. What are you talking about? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard, bro. And he's saying that they have to cut a check for him of $4 million because they said it, because Pacquiao didn't say his name, but it's for the sake of argument, because his name was mentioned in a speech that Pacquiao's doing in the Philippines about Floyd Mayweather possibly fighting Japan. They cut a check for him because his name was mentioned. Does anybody really believe that? Like, people are just running with it. Oh, yeah, Floyd, goddamn, that's a given for. All these dudes are sitting there like, who had to? I don't want to mention any names, but like, it's again, if your insinuation is weak, right? Like, if I go like this, right? If I go, I don't want to mention any names, but his last name in the comment section ends with Profit. You know what I mean? I don't want to mention any names or anything like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to say any names. But his first name's Chicano, but you see. You can't, you know what I mean? I don't want to mention any names, but there's a dude in the chat. I'm not going to say his name or nothing, but it rhymes with host. 1, 2, 3. You see. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to mention any names, but there's a guy in the chat that said Haney boring with a sleeping emoji, and he says AF. That stands for as fuck, but I'm not going to mention any names. You see. Like, that's not clever. That's not like that, because that's what Floyd would do. That's what he did there. Well, who had to pay for me? I don't want to say. I don't want to put names out there, but let's just say that Manny Pacquiao was talking. Like, what? And he said my name, and they had to cut a check. And just look it up. He was suing me, but now they have to cut a check for me. Like he wants to one up Manny Pacquiao, right? He wants to one him up. Like, yeah. I mentioned the name, and he sued me. But guess what? I got the last laugh. I got 4 million. Like nobody believe in it, bro. I don't believe he got 4 million from a Japanese promoter because his name was mentioned. I don't believe it. I just don't. 4 million. That's the stupidest shit I ever heard, bro. I'm sorry. They gave him 4 million because his name was mentioned. Even if they were falsely advertising that Floyd's going to be like 4 million. The stupidest. That's so stupid. Are you kidding? Who believes that? Type in the chat if you believe it. Who believes that? That's insane. Are you shitting me right now? 4 million for saying his name. Hey, Floyd Mayweather is going to be on this podcast next week. Oh, yeah, see, these fellas going to have to pay me. I ain't going to pay him. I don't got to pay him shit for saying his name. Are you shitting me right now? That's stupid, bro. You're kidding me, bro. What? Who believe? I'm gonna put a poll up because none of you are saying anything. Because it's that stupid. Look, the poll's gonna say, "Do you believe the Japanese promoter paid Mayweather 4 million?" It's like the same thing. Like when he's like, "Oh yeah, you see, I'm a good businessman. You see, I got investments. You see, and I'm making like 300 million a month." What? Who believes that? Floyd Mayweather is making what like an NFL, like a lot of NFL franchises are worth in like 10 months? Does anybody believe that? Like he's making what like a lot of MLB franchises are not even worth it like in 7 months. Who the fuck believes that? Who believes that this guy is making 300 million a month? Oh, man, Floyd's doing it big. Yeah, like. So Floyd gets $1 billion every 4 months, bro? And you're just gonna sit there and just believe it. You're just gonna like, oh wow, shit. He's like, are you shitting me right now? Oh, but who are just investments, just you see, it's just real estate, you know what I mean? It's just investments that I made, here and there, just a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, who believes this, bro? Not that I care, because I know it's gonna be a Mayweather fan. What do you care if it's true or not? And what do you care? Because he's lying. It shows a pattern of behavior. He's lying about Manny Pacquiao, all right, saying his name, and he had to give him $4 million. That's why. And why do you care that I care? What the fuck do you care? Just come out here. Well, what do you care what Floyd do? What do you care? What do you care? What do you care? If he's doing it or not? Like what? If Floyd doesn't want the stuff he says critiqued, he shouldn't say it publicly. Don't say you're making 300 million, all right, every month. Oh, you see, it's just little investments, 300 million? Are you serious right now? And a Japanese promoter paid him 4 million because they mentioned his name. I'm not saying you can't sue somebody for false advertisement. But 4 million? It's the stupidest shit I ever heard, bro. I'm sorry. That's stupid. They're going to cut a check for, oh, sorry you said your name, Floyd. You see, he said my name. There's a time and place for everything. He should have said my name. Time and place for everything. So You see, they have to pay me $4 million for what he said. Like, I don't believe you. How about that? I don't believe it. 25% have said that they believe Floyd. Who are you? Say your name. I need to know who you are. Who posted yes? Who? Is Leonard Allaby watching my fucking show? Is he the one? Like, what's going on? Who the fuck said yes that they believe Floyd Mayweather? Who said, like, what are you guys saying? HLD, what's up? I'm going to put the link out, by the way. If anybody wants to, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. You're going to have to show me your face backstage, by the way, before I let you on. Just putting that out there. All right. You could have the avatar on once you're on, but I'm just saying. I think people are just voting yes just to get a reaction out of me is what I'm believing. You see, now it's at 30%. You guys are fucking with me. Okay. Like it is what it is. So the dude, what are we doing here? What's going on? Why is he lying on Manny Pacquiao's name, saying that Manny caused a lawsuit or whatever he wants to call it, and they have to pay him they have to cut a check or $4 million. Are you kidding me? A promoter in a foreign country paid Floyd Mayweather $4 million, and there's people that believe that. Those dudes sat there in a podcast. Oh man! Oh shit! Like, who did that? Who said that? Oh my god! Like they were just eating it up. From what I saw, right? Who? Oh, I don't want to say. I don't want to say. But then he makes it obvious who the fuck he's talking about. Like what? I mean, I don't want to say what I'm talking about, guys, but somebody I work with, I do shows with, his name's, I don't want to mention his name or nothing, but here's the thing about Calix. That's what he's doing. HLD saying I should get my checkbook ready. This is insane. Man. Get my checkbook ready. The dude is out here. He's a pathological liar, bro. It's insane. I don't understand why Floyd is so insecure, bro. Like and then again, he's just engaging in lies. He's lying about Manny Pacquiao. I'm sorry. I don't believe that Manny Pacquiao caused something that made someone pay him $4 million. I just don't believe it. Right? And then him mentioning the lawsuits, right, confirmed that to me. Right? He's still bitter about that. Well, you probably should have watched what you said. And if you wanted to fight it, then you should have gone to court. All right? You didn't show up. You lost the case. It is what it is. Right? Floyd's the Illuminati now, says Chicano Prophet. Man, is he? Mayweather's followers worse than him. Look, I'm assuming no one's going to click the link, so it's a wrap for me. I'm going to wrap this one up, but it is that. Take the six. I think the money is made. He may destroy him. He didn't have the personality to handle it. It just built his ego to ridiculous heights. But here's the problem: the longer Floyd, and this is why I believe he's kind of worried about leaving the limelight. The longer Floyd is away from boxing, right? Like more and more people naturally he's just gonna become more irrelevant when it comes to active boxing, right? I think he senses that, right? And I think he's worried that he's not going to be the consensus TBE. I think that worries him. I think it worries him that a lot of people just consider Pacquiao a greater fighter. I don't necessarily agree with that, but it's my opinion. People are going to have opinions about it, but he's trying to, have some type of influence over people's thoughts about him, right? And the way he's doing, it's not effective the way he does it, right? He comes off as very unlikable. He comes off as very insecure. He does very passive aggressive things towards active fighters. He's done it several times. He's done it to even guys that support him, like Adrian Broner. He's done it to several guys. So that's just not going to age well for him. And he's going to reach an age where he can't go even do exhibitions anymore. And like, you know what I mean? And then I just think he needs to just chill out and enjoy retirement and just, it is what it is. And stop making up lies about fighters like Manny Pacquiao. Like, that's a lie, bro. He's lying. It doesn't take a genius to understand that dude's lying. Right? He's lying up the ass about winning $4 million from Manny Pacquiao. He's just lying. And the reality is, like, if boxing gets on a roll and we start seeing great fights and people start admiring great fights again, and we start seeing if we could get this out of people's heads about how the O doesn't matter as much as people think, and we can go back to guys like not caring about the O that much and worrying about legacy and great fights, that's not going to be good for his legacy, right? Because he wanted to leave a legacy of the O matters, but the problem is it's caused a lot of problems in the sport. It has. A lot of gridlock and a lot of guys in the top 10 that haven't fought each other sitting there undefeated and fights taking forever to get made and stuff like that. So I just think, I think he understands a lot of this. I think he understands his so-called record of being the multiple champs and gets shattered by multiple guys because it's so watered down now, right? But when it benefited him, it was great. But now it's a problem, right? And I think he wants to control the narrative. And his influence in boxing is slowly diminishing. It just is, right? New generation of fans, or younger fans, are coming up that didn't grow up watching Floyd Mayweather that much, right? They're watching some of their active fighters today, becoming fans of those guys, and that's just the natural order of things. You know what I mean? I don't know if Floyd's going to be a admired figure like a Mike Tyson is, for example, and he doesn't have to be, but but I think that worries him a little bit. You know what I mean? In my opinion, but it is what it is. He is the reason for that. But it's hard to when Floyd goes out there, he's supposed to be a boxing promoter. He's like, I don't want to see my guys in great fights. I would rather them win dominantly, right? Which that sounds great and all. And if a fighter's capable of dominating great fighters, great, right? But when you're carefully matchmaking dudes and you're keeping away from all the other great fighters, then there's not much to brag about dominating, right? It's number one. But secondly, no, I want to see great fights. I want to see guys tested. I want to see guys taken to the limit. That's why we watch sports. We want to see great, like sometimes great fights is what makes a lot of people fall in love with the sport. That's just such a stupid message to put out there. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But for whatever reason, he's trying to take things to another. He made it like cool, I guess, or trendy to like not be exciting and safety first, and it hasn't really worked out for a lot of guys. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, a lot of guys don't have his talent. That's number one. And second, I mean, at some point you have to like test yourself, and it depends who you're doing it against. You know what I mean? That's just the reality of things. So, with that said, guys, I appreciate everybody that tuned in. You know what I mean? Shout out to Apple Time, by the way. That's that. This is D-Style Boxing. I'm out. Peace.